Hello, Journey family. We just want to say thank you for your ongoing support and prayers during this pandemic. Our leadership teams and staff are working hard to develop our plan for reopening, and we want to do so under the guidelines of the local health departments. We're all looking forward to less restrictions, right? But we want to make sure that we ensure your safety and health as we begin this process of reopening.
One of the words that has been especially impacting for me, and I think is going to be important for us as a church, is patience. I realize some of you just got a rash when I said that word. You don't like patience, and I'll be honest that I don't like it much either. But it is an important thing for us to hold on to. That patience is something the early church talked a lot about. The early church understood patience not as just being able to wait in line without getting angry, but something deeper and richer and much fuller than that. That it was a part of God's character, that God is patient, and that God will turn us into patient people as we walk with Him and listen to His Spirit. So we as a church, God's people, are going to need to lead the way in terms of patience, to lead our culture in this. And one of the ways that we're going to need to do this is by having patience with each other. We realize that there are so many different views about how and when and even if the church should begin to regather. And so many of those views come from the places that we get our information, from our news sources. And so as God's people, though, we want to listen to the Spirit. We want to press in for God's wisdom, doing the very best we can to care for each other, to have grace with each other, and to care for our communities well. I want us to remember as we move forward that God's mission is unhurried and unstoppable.
So over the next few Sundays, we're going to continue to worship together online and gradually begin to open up additional areas of ministry as we can. So beginning Monday, May 11, the central office will be open from 12 to 4 p.m. to assist you with anything that you might need. Our pastors at each of our campuses will be available by appointment only, as we're going to continue to work from home as much as possible. Some of our groups may begin to gather starting May 18 with some specific guidelines that we're going to be sending you, some recommendations. That'll be coming to all group leaders very soon. But it could mean that a missional community or a small group might be able to gather for a picnic on Memorial Day weekend, in which each family provides their own food and they social distance from each other. When the time is right and it's deemed appropriate for us to begin to meet together in larger groups, we'll have several options for you for worship. We'll continue to offer our online worship throughout this entire process for those of you who feel safer at home or at risk. That gives you an option to stay connected. We'll also be offering smaller gatherings, multiple services in our locations, campus facilities, so that we can follow the recommended guidelines of the local health department and our social distancing standards. An official date for our first worship gathering at our campus facilities is yet to be set, but in standing together with other churches across our communities, we have committed that it won't be before May 31st, which is Pentecost Sunday.
Yeah. So, as we look forward and look ahead to the next few months, to be reminded that God's mission is unhurried and unstoppable. And you are a part of that mission right here, right now in your own life. So we don't have to wait until we can regather to begin living that way. So I want to just encourage us and leave us with the words of Galatians chapter 6, verses 9 and 10. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who are in the family of believers. Journey family, God bless you, and we hope to see you soon.